Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Ba'asham, Ruchakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom to the elect, the 144,000. First and foremost, should be pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. In these last days, I'm your brother Tabal Yakuna coming at you with another video. Lord willing, it's edifying. Lord willing, we be of that number. Just saw a video. John D Rockeller, the man who created the system you can never escape. And, it was kind of interesting. It talked about how he systematically took over the oil industry and spread it throughout, his tentacles of his approach to business throughout the whole system of America, basically in a monopolizing way. And how all these other companies and corporations to this day take that same model and they basically do the same thing. So it was also like just an advertisement of the godlike power of this guy. You can never escape it. You can never. This guy, whoever narrated it, he was just set on pushing that sentiment. You can never escape it. You can never escape it. But the scriptures say, what do the scriptures say about the elect? You can never pluck them out of the Lord's hand. He won't allow them to be taken. All right. And that's talking about taken in the destruction of this place, because it will be destroyed. All right. That's pursuant to the book of, all throughout the book of Revelation. You can go to Revelation 18 and it speaks about the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. But just got a few scriptures real quick and I'm going to be out. This is it's the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So when you go into how art thou fallen from heaven, that goes into being knocked out of rulership, fallen from rulership. And this is speaking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right. And starting with his elite bankers. So those big guys at the top, big family wealth, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, those big bankers pursuant to Job 9 and 24. They would be given, the Lord would give them, the world, basically, All right. So, and that's Esau's blessing, man, the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. All right, pursuant to book of Genesis. It says, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Lucifer goes into a light bearer. Lucifer means light bearer. So this goes into Esau's power structure. All right. He's the king of Babylon. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right. So this, through his policies, through his wine, the scriptures speak of this devil and his wine. All right. His philosophies. How the nations are in bed with him. Let me see if I grab it real quick. This is the book of Revelation 18 chapter and the 3rd verse. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath for fornication. Right. her is that whore that rides the beast back, which is America. The whore of Revelation, the 17th chapter. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right, so, drunk of that wine, again, it goes into the philosophies of, murder's okay, adultery's fine, your women being above the man is cool, these types of things. All right, jumping back to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and the 13th verse, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. Right, so Esau went to the moon, or he says he went to the moon, but he went into space. We'll just put it like that. Scriptures speak about that. How he, let me see. Right, in the book of Obadiah, chapter, the 4th verse, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right, so this is a very proud individual. You can, when you watch this, if you watch this documentary, so to speak, I call it, it's just a damn advertisement. You would think that this guy is God. All right. It says, I will sit, verse 13, Isaiah 14 and 13, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Right, the sides of the north is, the mount of the congregation are the Israelites. The sides of the north is America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this is the mindset of Esau Edom. He's not trying to be subordinate to the Lord, to the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai. He's trying to be like the Most High. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, right? The scriptures speak about how the Lord cast down, right, in the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter and the 10th verse, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, right? So that's the second death, right? That's the destruction, ICBM missiles, where the beast and the false prophet are. Right, false prophet is the Vatican, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Okay. So, America's not going to come back after that destruction. But see, this devil's going to try to hide himself in the clefts of the rock. We're going to have to dig him out of the clefts of the rock, meaning his bunkers. You see all of these these rich men, bankers, preparing for that day of trouble. They know the scriptures. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to, jump into bunkers and maybe orbit the world in the heavens on a jet, while the destruction is taking place, to try to escape it. But see, as I said in the beginning, as it's written in Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse, that 2/3 of our people going to perish, but a third shall be left therein. Man, that remnant is going to be saved, and the remnant's going to be saved. As it's written in Revelation, the 18th chapter. In the 4th verse says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Plagues is that judgment, those ICBM missiles. All right, and it's talking about my people. It's talking about it's talking about Israel. It's talking about the elect of Israel. All right. Those that came through that didn't bow the knee to the beast or his image. That's also written. Where is that at? Yeah, that's in Revelation 20 and verse 4. All right. So, you know, hey, there's going to be it's going to be hell on earth, man. It's going to be hell on earth, because it's just, this devil, he wants ultimate control, man. As the scripture just read, he wants to be like the Most High, all right? And so ultimately he wants to put a C-hip, a micro C-hip, a microchip in everybody in the world, man, all right? Pursuant to Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the 16th and 17th verse. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That mark goes to the Greek word charagma, which goes into the root charax, which is a sharpened, it goes into sharpened to a point. So that's the delivery system, that all that's used to puncture the skin and push in that charagma, which is like a sculpture, a device. It's physical. That if you don't get it, you can't buy or sell. It says in the 17th verse, it says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right. So, certain of us going to be delivered from that, man. All right. Because what does it say in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22? It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but the elect's sake. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right. So, hey, if the days don't speed up, shortening the time of this guy's rulership, everything's going to be destroyed, man. We're dealing with the son of perdition, the son of destruction. Perdition meaning destruction. That's twofold. He's as his name says, Esau, which in the Hebrew it's Ishashua, which means wasted away is he. So he's the great waster. All right. And then also, he's meant to be destroyed. All right, so this is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of sea? So the Lord, he hates to watch this happen to his people. The affliction is over, man. We went off, we committed spiritual adultery against our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But as you can see in these latter times, that's a sign of the affliction being fulfilled, man. All right, I mean that punishment being fulfilled. It says, endured with much suffering, with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath. The vessels of wrath are the Edomites. It says the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, right? He's fitted to destruction. All right, he's made to be destroyed. All right. So ultimately, this guy just got a God complex, but ultimately he's going to be destroyed. He's but a man. And the Lord gave him all of that power, and only so that he can, because he's the modern day Pharaoh, man. And this is the modern day Sodom and Egypt, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, pursuant to Revelation 11th chapter and the 8th verse. So the Lord's got to bring him up just like he did Pharaoh, just to cut him down and to show the world who's really in control, man. So Lord willing, I was edifying, giving all glory, honor, praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Shabbat, Shem, Shalom.